is Thursday, and give me just a second. I had to drink my tonic, my morning tonic. So, you guys saw me put it together. It is Diatomaceous Earth, actually, from this brand called Ascension. And the reason why I'm actually drinking this is because I have been sick the past couple days. That's also why I'm starting my vlog on Thursday instead of Monday or Tuesday. And I did mention at the end of the last vlog that I could feel a sickness kind of coming upon, or like a sinus thing. And I usually get like a little bit of pain like in my forehead area, like kind of around my like third eye. It's almost like my third eye is like, you're getting sick. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I had that feeling at the end, basically at the end of last week. And so I could sense that something was coming on, but I didn't really know. And of course, it turned into a sinus infection. So you can probably still hear it in my voice, but it has taken me literally all week to kind of recover. And so I've been pretty much doing all of my detox stuff. So this vlog will be very detox oriented. I'm just going to kind of walk you through all of the different products that I use to really just keep myself healthy and to ensure that I don't get sick. Or if I do get sick, I have, something to take that'll quickly alleviate any sort of feelings of sickness, or will get me healthier a lot faster than normal. And I did, excuse me, I did mention also at the end of that last vlog that I usually don't like to take like Tylenol or any over the counter medicine, because really what that does is it actually masks the symptoms. So you're never really getting to the root of the issue if you take like over the counter medicine for all of your problems. So the idea is to get to the root of the issue. And a lot of times the root could be like, you've got a pH imbalance in your body, or too much sugar. You could be um, like, a lot of times people are like pre-diabetic and they don't even know it. But then also just like autoimmune diseases could be triggered by stress. It could be triggered by a whole variety of things. And so just taking a Tylenol, all that really does is it just alleviates the symptoms. So you're not really ever getting to the root of the problem. And my whole entire philosophy is to get to the root of the issue, and which actually, has led me into learning about new types of medicine and new types of ways of understanding medicine. So I have mentioned this many, many vlogs ago now at this point, but I have been studying a type of medicine that it's called new medicine. That's part of the name in it, but it's actually like the oldest way of looking at the body and health. So really you could call it like old medicine and like the original medicine, because what it does is it diagnoses you based off of a trauma. So based off of a trauma, and then how that triggers future issues. And so it's a lot. It's a lot to study, because you really have to relearn how the body works. You have to learn about the different hemispheres of the brain and how they affect different parts of the body, and how trauma will either release or trigger a response from that area of the body. And also it has to do with, it's a lot. So I don't want to get into it here, but if you are interested, if I've piqued your interest, send me a message, or pop a comment in below, and let me know that you're interested, because I will, if anyone is interested in what I am kind of alluding to or briefly talking about, then I'm happy to do a vlog that goes into much further detail. But I don't want to get into that in this vlog, just because it can get very convoluted, and I don't want to upset anybody or think that I don't want anyone to think that I'm a medical professional diagnosing people. So this is just from my own research, my own understanding, and I have been kind of studying this for the past like six to 8 months now. So I feel like I'm pretty well versed. I kind of understand how this type of uh, way of understanding the body and health works, but I won't get too much into it. So right now I wanted to go over the things that I personally use in my day-to-day life. Well, the things that I use when I feel like I've gotten sick or feel like I'm not healthy. So what you saw me make earlier is this stuff called diatomaceous earth. Now, diatomaceous earth can be used anywhere in the house really, because you have the original grade and then you have the food grade. And so the original diatomaceous earth I actually use in my garden as well. And you may have seen me sprinkle, if you've watched previous blogs of me gardening, you will have seen me sprinkle some like white powdery stuff on some of my plants. And really what it does is really what it is it's diatomaceous earth. So diatomaceous earth is powdered fossil sea fossils. It's from the ocean, I want to say. And what it is it's so drying. It has such a drying effect that when you sprinkle it on your plants, or like let's say in your house, if you have ants, you can sprinkle it like in the corners of like where your door is, or like around the kind of edge of your home, or if you have bed bugs, which is gross, but if you happen to run into a bed bug issue, you can actually sprinkle diatomaceous earth on the mattress or underneath. I would actually recommend sprinkling it uh, on the carpet or on the floor underneath your bed, because it's so fine and the powder just like floats everywhere. That basically what happens is it gets into the shell of the bugs. So it gets into like their, like for ants, I think it's called the thorax, between the thorax and the leg. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually saying this wrong, but what it does is it dries out the exoskeleton of the bugs. So any bugs that have like an exoskeleton, so ants, mites, let's see what else, cockroaches, water bugs, earwigs. I'm trying to think what else is in the garden. You'll find out there. Um, Crickets, grasshoppers, anything with like a shell, hard type of exoskeleton. But what it does, what the diatomaceous earth does, is it gets in there. It's so fine, it gets in there and it literally dries their shell out, their exterior coating out, and it ends up killing the bug. So really, the industrial grade diatomaceous earth can be used out in the garden. And again, it can be used in your home if you want to get rid of bugs. But the food grade diatomaceous earth works very similarly. So because it is made of fossils, like powdered up fossils. Yeah, so it says made from fossils of freshwater organisms and crushed to a fine powder, fossil shell flour. And it is 100% pure, high quality freshwater amorphous silica. So it has a high concentration of silica. So when you ingest it, it's excellent because the body is made of silica. Like there's a million things that the body's made of, but silica is a major component of the body and the body makeup. So and you lose silica daily pretty much. So you always want to replenish it. And so diatomaceous earth, the food grade, is excellent for that. But it's also excellent because it works very similarly to how it works out in the garden, for example. And what happens in the body is it actually pulls all of the toxins and parasites out. Like it kills the parasites in your body and then flushes them out. So if I were to read the back of this, like for example, so there's many different directions and uses that you can use diatomaceous earth for. But like for example, face and body, you can use it as a face and body mask. You can use it excuse me, you can use it as a detox drink, which is how I use it, or you can use it for acne, and you can use it for stress relief. So you can make a bath with it. But as a detox drink, it says Ascension, that's the brand of this, but it removes toxins, parasites, and heavy metals in the stomach and colon, scrubbing out the nasty stuff. Start with 1 tablespoon of food grade diatomaceous earth with water or a smoothie once a day. Drink on an empty stomach 1 to 2 hours before or after eating. And then it says for optimum results, take Ascension 10 days on and 10 days off. So this is the brand. I bought this a long time ago. The brand, unfortunately, has gone out of business, I want to say. The owner recently sent an email out to all of the customers saying that, he's pivoting and he's going in a different direction. So he had a big sale on his website and I didn't take advantage of it. I bought this a while ago. It's because it is, just powdered fossil flour, fossil shell. It doesn't really go bad. So I've had it in my cabinet for quite a while, but so I will try to find another brand that makes food grade diatomaceous earth. So, okay, so I am drinking that. The problem with this though is that it does settle quickly, so you have to drink it pretty fast. Ooh. And it does taste a little chalky, but the benefit, and this is actually why I don't have makeup on right now, but the benefit is that because it has high silica content, your skin will look so good. So I wanted to show you kind of like what my skin has been looking like. I have no makeup on. My skin is super glowy, and I've been taking this now for the past 5 days. I'm going to do it for another 5 days, and then I'm going to go back to my normal morning routine, which is just like collagen and a couple other things. But so that's that. That's the Diatomaceous Earth food grade. So again, I will find a brand and try to link it below. Gosh, I have like freaking frog in my throat this morning. Okay, now moving on. So the next item that I use, which I highly recommend, a lot of you out there might know what it is, but it is NAC. It stands for N-acetyl L-cysteine. Yeah, N-acetyl cysteine, or NAC, NAC. But what this is, let me read the bottle. It is a stable form of the non-essential amino acid cysteine. It is a sulfur-containing amino acid that acts as a stabilizer for the formation of protein structures and promotes the formation of glutathione. Glutathione is a powerful free radical scavenging compound that also helps to maintain normal balanced immune system function. In addition, NAC can help to support healthy brain and neural tissues. So this is excellent. So when I was young, I used to take, golden seal, vitamin C, all types of stuff, right? Like all types of things. But as an adult, this is all I take. When I get sick, if I feel like a sickness coming on, this is like to me my vitamin C, because this essentially also, like, what I feel like it does is very similar to the diatomaceous earth. I literally feel like it pulls all the toxicity out of my body. I don't know how, or maybe it just like revitalizes my cells in such a way that I feel so good. And, whenever I take this, so I took this I stocked up on this during the COVID era. That's what I'm calling it. And this is all I took. And I was pretty much healthy the whole time. Like I maybe got sick once or twice, but this is all I would take. And I will say this, I noticed that during that COVID era, this was very difficult to find. And it was like being let's see, taken off the shelves. This and colloidal silver, I noticed. I remember I went into Whole Foods, and this was like, I don't know, 2 weeks into the pandemic, right? And I have been getting my colloidal silver at Whole Foods for decades, right? I always go get colloidal silver. I don't even know if it's still there anymore. I don't even use colloidal silver anymore because I just had to stop during the pandemic. But I remember a couple weeks in, I went to go get colloidal silver and I couldn't find it. And I asked one of the people that worked there, I said, hi, where's the colloidal silver? And she said, oh, we took it off our shelves. I said, why? You guys have always had it. She said, I know people have been saying that it's been curing their COVID. And I was like, what? So why would you take it off the shelves? Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But NAC, if you are not taking colloidal silver, colloidal silver is excellent. You just can't overdo it. But NAC is fantastic. So I take this, and I feel like it cuts my cold in a third of the time that I would normally be sick. It would cut it like completely. And when I had the sinus infection come on, so I felt it coming on Friday. Saturday I felt like garbage, like it just feverish, all that. And then Sunday I was feeling a little bit better. Sunday's when I started taking this Ascension. So has it been almost 5 days? Yeah, like 4 days or so. And then on Monday, I remembered I had this in my shelf and I was like in my cabinet, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I took this on Monday. And then at the end of the day on Monday, I felt like 50% better. So this I highly, highly, highly recommend, like seriously, please get NAC and stock up on it because you never know if they're going to discontinue it. So that's that. And then the next item on my medicine cabinet is mullein. And mullein is excellent for uh, anything to do with the vocal cords or anything to do with like your throat and your really your nose and throat. So anything to do with like a sinus infection, because the sinus infection affects all of this and then it goes down into your throat. But mullein is excellent for that reason because it helps with flushing out any toxins in the lungs. And, you know, that's your breathing, that's your sinus cavity, that's your throat, all of that. So you really want to flush the lungs out, especially when you do get a sinus infection, because what happens with the sinus infection is that if you don't catch it, a lot of times it'll drip down. Sorry, this is gross, but it'll start from this area and then it'll go down and it'll get down into your throat, and then you'll start to get a lot of mucus in the lungs and it could potentially turn into pneumonia. So you want to cut that by taking mullein. And there's a few herbs that you can take. Mullein is the best, in my opinion. It does the best job, but there are other things like you could do golden seal, as I'd mentioned, echinacea. You can do nettle is great for that. Hyssop is excellent, but mullein, in my opinion, just does the job. And mullein is, you can either do the tea. I prefer a tincture just because it is more powerful in a tincture form. And this is the mullein, just so you can see. You can get this at Whole Foods. You can get it at so I got this from Sprouts actually, and you can also get it. I want to say you can get it like the Vitamin Shop. You can obviously order it on Amazon as well. And then lastly, da, 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 iodine or iodine, depending on what part of the world you're in. But iodine. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how the Brits say it, but iodine. Highly recommend this just because this is excellent for just everyday use in general. It is a trace mineral, but it's excellent for hormones, nerves, and immunity. But iodine is excellent for women as well, just because as you get older, you start to, deplete your iodine reserves. And then that's where you can get into women can get into autoimmune diseases, PCOS, and anything like menstrual cycle issues. It has actually a lot to do with lack of iodine. So, like a lot of women get enlarged thyroids. That's lack of iodine. So, you always want to replenish what your body naturally has and what your body naturally gets from food. And I want to say I had mentioned this in one of my previous blogs, or I may have mentioned it on my podcast as well, because I do have a podcast. I haven't been making podcast episodes as often as I want to. I kind of stopped at episode 25, but there's a lot of information jam packed in those. So I definitely recommend listening to my podcast. I also have some amazing guests, a lot of really cool friends and really talented friends that I had on there, and a lot of really talented just colleagues and stuff. But I digress. What I'm trying to say is that I had mentioned the lack of minerals in the food these days. And one of the minerals that's really, really missing is iodine. So it's super, super important that we replenish it. We replenish our minerals. And I usually will take a trace mineral compound, which I left in the kitchen, but I will mention it later on in this vlog. But I usually will take a trace mineral kind of uh, compound like on a daily basis. But iodine is always what I take whenever I feel like a sickness is coming on. And I'm going to quickly re-show you the NAC because I didn't do a close-up. So this is the NAC. You can get this at Walmart and Whole Foods. I think they should have it. I don't know. Who knows these days? But Amazon definitely. And then again, Ascension for your food grade diatomaceous earth. So I've been talking a lot. Luckily, I'm working from home today. I don't have to go anywhere, which is another reason why I'm makeup free this morning. But this evening, I have my first Pilates class. I'm very excited about that. I may take you guys along just because, it should be fun. And I had mentioned this also, like I've never taken a class for Pilates. I've always just, done it in my home. So I'm kind of excited to see how that to see how it's going to go. But so I'm going to stop here with all of my all my show and tell, and I'm going to do some work. But I will catch you guys a little bit later this evening when we go for Pilates, and I'll see you then. Good afternoon. Today is Friday, and I am kind of just getting my day started. Well, kind of. I'm headed out to go run some errands, and I have a meeting a little bit later this afternoon. But I woke up this morning and I just still wasn't feeling 100%. So I was supposed to ride this morning. I didn't. I decided to just wait until next week. And so I just kind of took care of some things I needed to take care of, and I also was supposed to go and do the Pilates class, my intro class yesterday, and I just could not stop coughing. So I just decided to also wait until next week. So my sort of exercise plan for this week kind of got a little derailed, but that's okay. As long as I'm able to do everything next week, that's what matters. So I'm headed out. I'm actually going to go over to Dover Saddlery, and I decided that I'm going to get a vest for riding, like a protective vest, just because I have fallen twice now. My hand is still so swollen, to the point where my finger, I should say, is still so swollen that I still can't put my ring on. So I just think it's wise for me to find some protective gear to wear while I'm riding, just until I get a little bit better and I can um, master what I'm working on at the moment. So that's my plan. So that's where I'm headed now. I'm gonna find a protective vest. I'm hoping I can find the vest from a brand called Tippery, because I found it online, and I'm hoping that Dover has it. So we'll see when I get there. And I also need to get some boot trees because my boots I keep in my trunk, and they're always kind of a little flopped over, which is fine, because I do wear them once a week, but at the same time I want to keep the structure of the boot and I don't want to wear the leather down. So I'm going to get some boot trees as well. So that's my plan for right now. And then I've got a meeting, I'm going to get home. But yeah, I mean, it's just so wild. Like, whatever I had, like, sinus thing, and it's crazy because I think a lot of people are not feeling very well. So, really, as I'd mentioned yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever I was speaking to you guys last, um, I'm really kind of dedicating a lot of the content for this vlog in about like detoxing. So that's kind of my main focus. That's what I've been doing. I took my Diatomaceous earth this morning, and I've been drinking green tea a lot. And I also have been kind of ordering a few things that I need for like proper detox and that type of thing. So yeah, and let's see what else. I have a couple packages that should be arriving in the next few days, so I will unbox those with you. And one of them should have arrived already today, but I guess it's still in the mail. And speaking of the mail, I was supposed to receive this really, really cool thing, and it got lost. So I'm hoping that it arrives, or hoping that we can kind of work it out and I can get it so I can show it to you guys. I'm not going to say what it is just in case I don't receive it, but it's really, really cool. And yeah. So anyway, I've got on my new, or it's not new anymore because I keep wearing it, but this falconeri cashmere knit. It's so comfortable and so perfect. Great for the transitional weather that we're in right now. It is 66 degrees. It's super warm in the car. I don't have the air conditioning running because I didn't want it to mess the sound up. So I'm going to sign off here and then turn the AC on. But I cannot even believe that it's so warm right now, because we just had snow like literally 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, I don't know. But this is North Carolina weather for you. So whatever. Anyway, I will most likely show you guys what I get at Dover. And so I'll see you in just a few minutes.
What size saddle do you usually wear?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. This is the Tipperay protective vest. So it covers my tailbone. Yeah, I think this will work.
About like where it's covering the girl in the picture's tailbone.
Yeah, that's good for sure. Okay, so I just left over and spent a little bit more than I was anticipating. I really only went to get the protective vest, like I mentioned, and just kind of maybe just a few other little things like the boot trees. And while I was there, I was talking to the lady, and she told me that since I fell on, well, because when I went to go try the vest on, she said, what are you doing? And I said, well, I've fallen a couple times, so I wanted to just get a protective vest. And so she helped me with that. And then she asked, she said, do you have a helmet? I said, yeah, of course. And she said, well, did you fall on your head? Did you hit your head? I said, I did the second time. I kind of, hit my head on the back and then the front. And I showed her on the helmets that were on the wall where I hit it. And she kind of turned to the other girl that was there and was like, she needs a new helmet, doesn't she? And the girl was like, yeah. And I was like, what? I need a new helmet. So I was going to get the same helmet that I have, which is the Ovation. But what she recommended was that I get the Ovation helmet with MIPS in it. And MIPS is like a special type of padding inside of the helmet that just makes sure that it just ensures that your brain doesn't rattle around when you hit your head. So I'm glad I went in because I was actually planning on ordering this protective vest. And I'm so glad I went in and I had that conversation with her because she basically said that if you hit your head once, then you need to replace your helmet. If you hit your helmet once, like you need to replace it. And I didn't, I think maybe, they told me that when I bought my helmet, but that was like 6 years ago. So I just completely forgot and I had fallen. So I replaced it. You guys saw the helmet that I got, and it fits a lot more snug, and I like my brain feels more protected. So I still do, like, if I'm honest with myself, I still do have a bit of like a latent headache from where I hit my head. Like it's kind of like in this area, and that's kind of usual when you get a concussion. It usually lasts for like 2 weeks or so. And it's not all the time. I can have good memory and that type of thing, but I just, don't want to have any issues, any brain issues. So it's just super important to have the right protective gear when you're riding. So I ended up getting the helmet, which I was not expecting, but I'm glad I did. But I got the helmet and I got the vest. So plans change, and you learn as you kind of are doing this sport, you learn the things that you need to do and all that. So I'm glad I got these things. I'm glad I decided not to go riding today. And I'm glad I ended up coming here because I was able to get the things that I need for my next ride. So that's good. Anyway, I've got to get going to my meeting. So I'll catch you guys later. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, and I'm so excited because I received a package on Saturday. This is the package that I was expecting on Friday, but it came yesterday, and I went ahead and opened it today because I wanted to create some content with it. And so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what I got. So I work with a brand called Ogee. Anyone that's been following me will know this. And they just introduced a new product, and it is the SPF primer. I'm so excited about it. So this is what it looks like. And it's got like a little pump to get it out. And it's fantastic. It's super lightweight. It's wonderful because it's a primer and an SPF. So if you don't want to put two on, you have two in one essentially. And I'm so excited about this because Ogee has incredible products. I've been using their skincare for a long time, their makeup for a long time. And of course, I've been working with the brand, but I have been waiting for them to introduce an SPF. So I'm so excited that they finally did. And I love the packaging too. It's so nice. But again, it's super lightweight and you really feel moisturized. And the best part about Ogee products is because the two owners of the company, both came from either luxury skincare or organic skincare. They really did a great job of bringing the two aspects together and create a luxurious organic skincare line. So whether you're using the makeup or just the skincare, you know that your skin is going to be well taken care of. And the best part about the makeup is that because it's made with super incredible ingredients like, vitamin E and jojoba oil and all types of really great nourishing things for the skin. If you're, are ever in a rush and you end up skipping your moisturizer, then you can kind of rest assured that the makeup will actually take care of your skin the same way moisturizer will. So that's really the benefit of the makeup, is that you kind of have like a moisturizer and makeup in one. So anyway, so the primer, I'm super excited about that, primer SPF. And then they also sent me the perfecting tinted serum. So I use this pretty much on a regular basis. It's either this or I use the sculpted stick version of this. My color is juniper, 3.25, I want to say is the number. Yeah. So juniper is my color, but this is fantastic. And again, like I mentioned, if you are, in a rush or you're hurrying, trying to get out the door and you just want to quickly put your makeup on, but you forgot your moisturizer, then it actually doesn't matter, because this is so moisturizing for the skin, and it really does match you exactly. Like, as you can kind of tell, like my skin is super even. And then they also sent the contour collection. I think I got rid of the box, but this is the little sticks that come with it. This is, I think, Pearl is the color for this. And this is great as like a highlighter. You can put it on your eyes, put it on the bridge of your nose. And then also with the contour collection, they sent this, or, it's like a 3-in-1. So this is obsidian. So this is great for actually creating the contour lines in the face. And then the last color in this collection is pink diamond. And this is great for like a blush. If you want to put it on your lips, you can do that. And so that's great. They have multiple different colors in their contour collection. It's always 3 sticks in one. And I want to say this is the Crystal Contour Collection, I think is what it's called. But they have other contour collections. So if you want like a warmer tones to your skin, or if you have warmer tones to your skin, or in the summertime, if you wanted to use like the warmer complexions, then you can get those that other color for the contour collection. So they also sent me some brushes. So these are always super fun. They're great. Like I love the bristles on these. And this one is fantastic for blending the serums and any sort of like face sticks. And then the other is great for like kind of buffing in the contour. So that's that. That's what they sent as my package the other day. But I also wanted to show you the other Ogee products that I use on an everyday basis, just because they're my go-tos and I think you guys might want to know. But this is the mascara. Also super moisturizing and great on the lashes. It does give like a volumizing effect, but this is fantastic. You can find that on their website, of course. And then lastly, this is my, go-to. It's like a little lipstick kind of thing. And this color is Nolana is the color for that. So that's this. Everything that I just showed you is pretty much, these are items that I'll use on an everyday basis. Concealer, this is not Ogee, and maybe hopefully Ogee will do a concealer soon, but I use these Charlotte Tilbury for concealer. And the color that I use is medium, 6.5. Oh, Ogee also sent me a little blender spongy thing. So that's great too. But I will link all of this below. Of course, you can find it as well on my Shop My page. So if you go over to Shop My, then you can just scroll over to the makeup section, and then it'll be in pretty much my everyday essentials. Maybe I'll make a playlist actually that's called Everyday Essentials, and I'll put that in there. But regardless, you'll find all of my makeup picks in the makeup section on my Shop My, which is on the screen most likely, and then also linked below. And then of course, Instagram. I also do a lot of the content around Ogee and any products, any brands that I work with. I'll do content for Instagram. So make sure to follow me over there. I will have already likely posted this video for these items on Instagram over there. And then, so that's that. And of course, everything is always going to be linked below. And I'm super excited about all of those products. And I also wanted to share with you another product. So this is not makeup. Has everything to do with actually detox and just kind of keeping your body, your overall health well, and keeping good wellness. But I had mentioned a couple days ago that I've been going through a detox and I've been doing like diatomaceous earth, and which is great. And by the way, I did a whole 7 days. So I think I'm going to pause. I could do 10 days, but I feel like I've reaped the benefits of it. I feel like my skin looks really great. I feel like, I just feel lighter and my stomach isn't hurting anymore. And I feel like I went through like a full detox. So I'm super happy about that. And, while you're going through detox, it's important to, well, one, get rid of the bad stuff, but then also to replenish. So that's why I'd mentioned iodine. And another product that I wanted to mention, and I kind of hinted at this, is trace minerals. And the brand that I use is called Activation. And I actually do know the owner. I met him years ago, and that's the reason why I started using the products. But trace minerals are fantastic. And the reason why is because in our water system, so, obviously your local water plant will do the filtration and then it'll go out through to all the different homes and whatnot. But so your drinking water, your shower water, all of that obviously goes through a filtration process. But the problem with the filtration process is a lot of times it can strip out the natural minerals that are found in the water. So trace minerals is excellent because you're able to replenish the missing minerals. And you can find trace minerals pretty much from any brand. I personally like Activation products. Just because I trust Ian, I trust what they do, and they've got a really incredible process for a lot of their products. But trace minerals are fantastic if you ever feel like how water will have that kind of, it's strange. It's almost like water can have like a dry, bittery kind of taste. And a lot of times it's because there's like literally nothing in the water, or it could just be you're getting residuals of all the things that people flush down their toilet. So, like pharmaceutical pills or birth control, a lot of that is still in the water, even after the filtration process. So it's important that your body replenishes the minerals that it either has been depleted from the water, or that you're just not getting in the food. And I'd mentioned this previously on somewhere on this channel. I don't know which blog it was, but I had mentioned that like even the food, there's, very little mineral content in the food. So it's important to replace all of your minerals because that's where a lot of the diseases come out of, a lot of issues, a lot of autoimmune issues, a lot of, thyroid issues, as I mentioned the other day. So replenishing your iodine is super important. I do think Activation products makes iodine as well. I have not used them yet, but I have used their magnesium spray. And magnesium is fantastic. So a lot of times, a lot of issues is because you're actually either iodine deficient or magnesium deficient. And magnesium deficiencies will show up as like intense cramping. So if you're a woman, you can have like intense menstrual cramps, or if you play sports and you're finding that your bruising is taking a long time to go away, or that you're cramping a lot, you're magnesium deficient. If you're having sleep issues, a lot of times it's magnesium deficient. Actually, usually it's magnesium deficiency. I tend to get my magnesium through cacao because cacao is loaded in magnesium. But for people who are not chocolate fans or dark chocolate fans, then replenishing your magnesium in other ways is super important. So Activation products makes a great magnesium spray, and you can spray it kind of on the inside of your arm here or the back of your knees. So that's fantastic. It's great to do before you go to sleep, and it'll really help with sleep issues. So I was using that for a while. I haven't really re-upped on that. And that's mainly because I use the trace minerals. And trace minerals has magnesium in it, sodium, potassium, calcium, and then like 80 plus other minerals, I want to say, are in the trace minerals. So yeah, so that's that. I did say that I wanted to mention this product to you. So wanted to be sure that I grabbed it to let you know about it. But that's it for show and tell today. And I do have a few packages coming later this week, I want to say, or starting in the week. And I can't remember what they are, but so when they come in, I will be sure to unbox them with you. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, and I'm out and about. I just stopped to grab a matcha. I have been kind of craving them lately, and a I ordered some a matcha coffee from this brand that I have actually purchased before. I think it's coming on Friday. So when that comes in, I'll show it to you. But it's like a mushroom matcha. And I get my mushroom coffee from the same brand. So I'm actually really excited to taste their matcha. But I couldn't wait. So I wanted to stop and get one now. So I'm on the way home. But I wanted to quickly tell you guys, oh my gosh, I hurt myself over the weekend, over the past weekend, which is why I'm kind of starting the vlog on Wednesday instead of earlier Monday and Tuesday. But I actually slipped and fell down the stairs again. So this time was actually pretty bad. I got a massive bruise, and I might put it on the screen so you can see it. And it's on the left side of my leg, but my whole leg my whole like kind of outside thigh area has been in so much pain. And the bruise is just like, it hasn't gotten bigger. It's the same size, but it's just like, changing colors, and it's really freaky looking actually. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what I've been having to deal with. But the one thing that I did learn from this experience is that because I basically have been having to use my arnica gel, which I've mentioned this previously now a few times that I've had to use it, with falls and stuff like that. But this time I have had to use so much of it. So I wanted to look up, other ways to kind of help with bruising. And what I discovered is that pineapple juice, there's a compound in pineapple juice called bromelain, and it has incredible properties such that they will actually help reduce swelling and reduce like bruises. So I guess maybe the size of the bruise, it'll help like the bruise heal a little bit faster. So I found that to be really interesting. So I've been so I went to the store and I got pineapple juice, like little cans, and I have just been like making little pineapple juice cocktails and mocktails like all week. So so yeah, so I haven't really been paying attention much to notice the difference, but I'm hoping that it's doing something. So yeah, so it's crazy. Oh my gosh. And I had said this like before. I had said that, like, Murphy's Law, like if you fall once and hit one spot, you're likely going to do it again. And that's literally exactly what happened. Like I fell off the horse, and then I fell off the horse again on the same side. And then I fell down the stairs, and then I fell down the stairs again on the same side. So it's kind of crazy. But I'm hoping, I'm putting it out there, I am not going to fall down the stairs ever again. And this time around, I was actually really distracted. So, and I went to turn this way, and then I went to turn this way, and as I was at the very top, and I just slipped. So, yeah, it was kind of a fluke incident, but I don't anticipate doing that again. But I just thought that, learning about the bromelain and the pineapple juice is really interesting, and it kind of goes in line with like everything else I've been talking about in this vlog episode. So yeah, so we'll add that to our list of healing things that you can take for healing and for getting better. So anyway, I'm gonna drink my green tea. I'm gonna head home. I have a few things to do, but I will, if I get a package, because I know I have a couple packages coming. So if I get anything later today, I'll be sure to unbox it with you. But if it comes Thursday or Friday, then we'll wait and we'll unbox them when they come. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, and I'm so excited because I received a package, and I had briefly mentioned this earlier this week, and I'm very excited that it has arrived today. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. It's over here on the floor. Let's see. This package comes from, hold on. Okay. Okay. I finally got it open. So I received a package from Holland Cooper, and I'm very excited about this. So let me do this. So I just love Holland Cooper's packaging. It's just so nice. Look at that. I would personally like to thank you for shopping with Holland Cooper. I hope you love your purchase. Best wishes, Jade Holland Cooper. Oh, I didn't realize that was her last name. Very cool. And so this green is so stunning, isn't it? So let's open it up. Ooh, how pretty. And then this is so pretty. Look how nice. How nice is that? So that's just like the shipping. And this is what I ordered. So I'm very excited about this. It's a half zip and it's made with this really nice kind of pebbled wool kind of material. So very, very nice. This is exactly what I needed in the mornings when I walk Archie and also like to go riding and stuff. So actually I'm going to try it on. I'm going to take this sweater off. So the sweater I have, the sweater that I have on is from Naked Cashmere. So I'll link this below, but I'll also link this as well. Okay, so I'll have to make sure not to like have a clip in my hair next time I put this on, but this is so nice. It's nice and snug. The zipper is beautiful. I love this piping that they have right here. If you can see, piping is so nice. And then this little thing is so nice as well. I love this sort of leather on the back. I remember that from the image on the website. And this color is so perfect. I just love this sort of tan. It's warm. It's perfect for going, heading into spring where it's like still really chilly in the mornings. Like today is pretty cool. And I went and walked Archie. Having this on would have been like perfect. So yeah, so this is just great to have this time of year. And I'm very excited I can wear this when I go riding as well. And it looks like it has some pockets also. So that's good. So I'll make sure to link this below. And so if anyone is interested, you can find or know where to find it. And yeah, I think I have a couple more items coming later this week. So today is Thursday. So later this week is Friday. So tomorrow I will be receiving a package. Also, I think I've got my matcha coming tomorrow. Hopefully, I really want it because I wanted to get a green tea today and I didn't because I was like, I need to stop going to Starbucks for green tea because I have green tea coming. So anyway, that will be coming pretty soon, but this is so good. I love this. I might have to get this in other colors. I do have this in a dark green, like a brown maybe. I don't think they have it in navy though. But this pebbled kind of wool material, I don't know what they call this. Maybe it's in here. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll link this below and I'll see you later. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Hi. Look how cool you look. Hey, buddy. Look how cute you are. Oh my gosh. He's like, give me food. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Hey, buddy. This is so cool. Some carrots? Let me give you a carrot. There you go, bud. There you go, buddy. Drop this here. There you go, buddy. Oh my gosh, you guys, whoa! All of the goats are coming. You guys are so cute. Holy cow. Let me do this. Oh my gosh. You guys are so freaking cute. Hi, sheep. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of dressed like you guys. Hi. Hi, pretty sheep. I look just like you guys, don't I? With my sheep. We match. Hi, guys. You're so cute. I ran out of carrots. I'm sorry. I gave them all to the goats. I ran out of carrots. I gave them all to the goats. I matched the sheep though. How cool. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hi guys. Hi. Oh my gosh. Why are you all so freaking cute? Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. Hi. Why are you so cute? Oh my gosh. I don't have any carrots. I'm so sorry. Hi guys. Hello. We kind of match. You're so cute. You are so adorable. Oh my gosh. Hi buddies. Why do I feel like you bite? Hi guys. Oh my gosh. You're so cute. Tell me what your name is. I don't have any carrots. I'm sorry, buddy. Hi. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi. Wow, you are so beautiful. Hi guys. You're so cool looking. Did you know that? Did you know how cool you guys look? You look really cool. Good afternoon. It's now afternoon. It was morning earlier, but it's now afternoon. But today's Friday, yay. And I just got home from a little farm. You guys saw, I got to see goats. I got to feed the little goats. They were so cute. Oh my gosh. I got to feed the goats. I got to see the alpacas. I got to see some ostriches and some sheep. And it was so cool. It was so much fun. It's a little farm called Spring Haven Farm, and it's just a great little spot to bring your family and your kids and that type of thing. So I wanted to come. I wanted to go and check it out and yeah, just explore it. And it was so adorable. I can't wait to go back. The alpacas were so cute. Oh my gosh. And it just reminds me of when I was growing up in New Jersey. there was a llama farm that was really close to where we lived, and we used to go all the time. So the alpacas obviously are different than llamas, but they're very similar in disposition and like body shape and stuff like that. But the alpacas are adorable. Like, and they make the cutest little noises. And oh my gosh, one of them was like rubbing his little nose on the fence. It was like the cutest thing. I was kind of disappointed I ran out of carrots by the time I got to the alpacas. The goats just kind of like bombarded me. So I just was like, okay, here's a carrot, here's a carrot, here's a carrot. But next time I go back, I'm going to be sure to have extra carrots when I go over to the alpacas. But anyway, I'm home now, and I've been expecting a package. I ordered some matcha. I can't remember if I mentioned it to you guys earlier this week or not, but I ordered some matcha from a brand called Rise, and I've been, using their mushroom coffee a lot, and I wanted to try out the matcha. And I was hoping it would come this morning before I left for the farm, but it didn't. I got the notification it was out for delivery, so maybe it'll come soon. But anyway, when that comes in, I'll either show it to you, or you'll see it next week in the next week's vlog. But yeah, so I just wanted to just come on and say hello and kind of recap the whole vlog, just because I feel like I've done a lot in over 2 weeks. So you'll notice that I'll do a vlog every 2 weeks now, and so I'll cover those 2 weeks within the episode. And it's just easier for me with my schedule, but also it's just like so much happens in 2 weeks. And I'm like, what happened a week ago? But yeah, I've been kind of recouping and detoxing these past 2 weeks, and really just making sure that I've been eating the right things, and healing bruises and wounds and whatnot. I did sustain a major bruise the other day. I fell and I hurt the entire left side of my leg. So yeah, so I've been having to use my arnica gel to, help alleviate that. And then I've been icing it. But yeah, hopefully in the next like 2 weeks or so, I should be back to normal. But I was supposed to ride today. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't ride, just because, the bruise is in a part of my leg where it'd be really close to the saddle where I'm sitting. So I just didn't want to put too much pressure on it. And especially, when you're riding, if you're posting up and down, there it's like pressure every single time I have to sit. So I am having to take the week off, which is kind of unfortunate because I had to take last week off when I rode as well. But it's all right. It's what it is. You have to deal with these things when they come up. But also, I've just been like so busy, and I've been trying to detox. And so, exercising while detoxing is just like, it's best to just kind of relax and let your body kind of do its own thing, than instead of like, having it, work itself a lot and working your muscles and whatnot. So I'm actually kind of happy I've been taking the 2 weeks off from exercising. I've been walking, of course, but haven't really had very strenuous exercise, so that's great. But anyway, I would love it if you guys became a subscriber, if you're not already subscribed. So definitely hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload new content. And please follow me on Instagram as well if you're over there, if you spend time over there. I haven't been posting as much as I normally would, but if I get more people over there, then I'll definitely engage a little bit more on that platform. And yeah, you can check out any of my product items and stuff like that on my Shop My as well. So I'll make sure to link all of that below. Everything is always linked in the description box. But that's it. That's it for this episode. It's been kind of long and lengthy, and I've talked about a lot. So I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, my package has arrived.